Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you see this video, yes, students. So we meet again in video learning. That this is the first topic that we'll discuss in human resources management course. Uh, Actually, today we are gonna discuss about the basic concept of human resources management, and the topic focus on the definitions and also the goals of human resources management. So, student, today you will learn about what is actually human resources management, and also you will learn about the goals of human resources management in governments as stated in our uh, lecture, yeah. uh, that today, uh, as you see in the screen, that if we learn about human resources management, we can understood from at least three angles. Yeah. So human resources management is not only a fixed definitions. I mean, there are three definitions that many scholars use to understanding what is actually human resources management. So as you can see in the screen, that human resources management meaning or human resources management definitions, it could be see from the angle of system, and also you can see from the angle of function, or you can see from the angle of policy. So this is three angle, yeah. As I repeat that, we can understanding human resources management by the angle of system, or you can understand human resources management from the angle of function, and the last one, you can also try to understanding what is human resources management from the angle of policy. Yeah, it depend on you, whether you like the angle of system, or whether you like from the angle of functions, or maybe you like to understanding or to make a definitions of human resources management from the angle of policy. So it depend on you, because in this world many scholars divided into three angle of how to understanding human resources management. Okay, for your information, students, most of solars, most of solars in this world mostly like to use the angle of functions to understanding the human resources management. So around 90% of the solar, they like to use the angle of function to understanding or to make definitions of human resources management. Uh, the reason is, I guess the reason is because from these three angles, the angles of functions, uh, as you will be learn in the next discussions, the angle of functions give the explanations about human resources management more detailed and more practical. So, most of the solar in this world like to use the angle of functions to understanding human resources management. The reason why many solars like to use the angle of function is because the angle of functions give more detail and give more practical of the human resources management. So, if we understanding some things that it is detailed and also it is practical, so we will easier to understanding of some things that we will to learn. So this is the reasons why the angle of functions, uh, most of solar is the in the world like to use to understanding what is human resources management. And also, student, if you already read in the handbook that I, as author, and also Mbak Helen, you can read that uh, I also give the statement about the triangle in that book, so you can also learn the human resources management meaning by read that book. And also, if you read the other books that talking about the human resources management, you will also find that most of the definitions use the angle of function. Okay, yeah, got it, yeah. Most of uh, book that discussing about human resources management, they make definitions about human resources management by use the angle of functions, because as I stated before that uh, the angle of function is more practically, the angle of function is more detailed and easy to understanding about the human resources management. So, student, let's see one by one, yeah. Let's see one by one what is the difference between the triangle. I mean, from the angle of system, what is human resource management from the angle of system, and what is human resources management from the angle of function, and also what is the human resources management from the angle of policy. Okay, let's see one by one. Okay, uh, in the term of system, yeah, system definition of human resources management, human resources management is defined as a management system that intentionally designed to ensure that the potential skill or talent of all individual or all employee in the organization can be utilized or used effectively and efficiently. So this is the point of human resources management definitions by the angle of system. So by the angle of system, human resources management defined as system of management or management system. Yeah. Okay. Once again, from the angle of system, human resources management defined as a management system. Okay, yeah. As you already know, I I'm sure that you all of you already know that the management system is consists of many activities, or it is consists of many parts. For the example, the simple definitions of management system is consists of at least four activities, yeah, from planning, POSD, planning, organizing, actuating, and also controlling. It is definition of management, right? Planning, organizing, actuating, and also controlling. So at least a management system can be consist of four activities. Okay, yeah. If we connect it with the human resources management, so if we are talking about human resources management by the angle of system, we can conclude that human resources management is a management system that consists of uh, human resources planning, right? Human resources organizing, human resources actuating, and also human resources controlling. Because uh, it is like a management system. Okay, yeah, understanding, ya, student, yeah. So it is very simple to understanding that human resources management from the angle of system, it is consists of a management system. And once again, I said before that a management system is at least, yeah, at least consists of planning, right? Organizing, actuating, and also controlling. And we related with the human resources management. So it is about how to make a plan with our uh, employee, how to organizing our human resources or our employee, and also how to actuating our employee, how to control our employee, and then hopefully after we manage that activities, our employee or our human resources will give the impact to our organizations. I mean about the effectively and also the efficiency of the organizations. Okay, yeah. So clearly and so simple to understanding. Uh, what is actually human resources management by the angle of system? The point is that human resources management is a management system. That is the point. That is the point to understanding the human resources management by the angle of system. Okay, okay. I try to give you explanations about the effectively and also the efficiency, student. Uh, I mean for uh, this word, yeah, effectively and efficiency. It means that uh, the employee or the human resources that contribute to the organizations, they should perform optimally. They should work maximally. Why? Because the perform of individual, the perform of human resources, as you know, and I'm sure that you already know, the perform of our employee will give impact into the organization's perform also because the organizations run by the employee. Am I right? Okay, yeah. Am I right? Okay. Uh, Once again, the perform of the human resources will give impact of the organization's performance also. If the employee they could do better or they could do the best of his or her work, so the organization will also give the positive impact because uh, if the employee also uh, he or she can do perform well, so the goals of organization hopefully also gain by the organization. So this is one of the example of the effectively. Yeah, this the example of effectively. Effectively, effectively means that the goals of the organizations can gain or can achieve by the organization because of the good performance of human resources management. This is the meaning of the effectively of organization. And also, if we see about the efficiency, usually if we talk about the efficiency, efficiently, we are talking about or we connected with the uh, what is the budgeting. The budgeting. I mean that uh, we should have the quantity of our human resources, the quantity of individual that work in our organizations suitable with what organization need. It means that uh, if the organizations only need 5 employee, so we as a manager also should uh, only need 5 employee. So don't make a decisions that we make the quantity of our employee more than 5%, because if you make that kind of decision, so it will make the budgeting useless, because we only need 5%. Why we make more than 5%? So we if we can manage our organizations quite well, so we can also make our organization efficiently by the angle of the budgeting, yeah. Okay, there is student. So uh, you already understanding about what is the human resources management from the angle of system. Okay, yeah. Simple definitions. Okay, then we move into the second angle. Okay, yeah, or second aspect. The second angle or the second aspect is functions, the angle of functions. So, like discussing about what is actually human resources management from the angle of function. Okay, let's see one by one to understanding what is human resources management from the angle of function. This is uh, the definitions of human resources management from the angle of system. Okay, eh, not system. I mean, from the angle of function. Yeah, the second angle is from the angle of function. Okay, student. If we understanding human resources management from the angle of function, so we will see that it is about the implementations of system that already create to manage the human resources management. Okay, let's see. When the system is implemented into several human resources management activities, it is ultimately from a definitive formula for the functional of human resources definitions. Okay, so it is about all activities that begin with human resources planning, human resources procurement, human resources development, and human resources evaluation. So, student, you should understanding that maybe I use the different words, yeah, uh, to explanation about the meaning of definition, the meaning of management. As I said before, that in human resources management definition by the angle of system, I explained to you that uh, the activities of management consist from planning, organizing, actuating, and controlling. So it is actually quite same with the word that I use into the angle of function. I use planning, procurement, and also development and evaluation uh, to give understanding about human resources management by the angle of system. So it is same, yeah. It is quite same because planning, procurement, development, and also evaluation is also part of management system. Okay, okay, let's see, student. So you know already understand that from the angle of functions, human resources management defines as it is implementations of human resources system that already create before, itu ya. That consists of at least four activities: human resources planning, human resources procurement, human resources development, and also human resources evaluation. So, uh, it is like synergy, ya, like synergy. It is like a continuous definitions. In the first definitions, from the angle of system, you already know that human resources management it is like a concept. It is like a concept. I said it is like a concept because it is uh, a system. Am I right? It is a system. Human resources management defined as a system, a management system. So it is a concept, right? Uh, if that concept is implemented, so it is moved into the second angle, that is function angles of human resources management definitions. So it is like a continue, yeah. So from the concept and then that concept implemented. Okay, yeah. So it is the difference between the angle of system. I mean, from the angle of system and the angle of function. So once again, student, the different what is the different definitions of human resources management from the angle system and the angle of function is the definition of human resources management from the angle system defined as a concept, right? A concept. It is a management system. While in the second angle, it is function. Human resources management is defined as the implementations of the concept. Okay, so today you understand. And I believe that uh, you already understand why most of solar in this world like to make a definitions of human resources management by the angle of function because it is more practically right because uh, in the second angle, I mean in this function angle, right? uh, the definitions of human resources management should be consist of practical activities. What kind of activities? It is consists of start from human resources planning until human resources evaluation. Okay, so okay, let's I try to make a definitions from the angle of function. Yeah, so one of the example is if someone asks me and asks me to make a definition of human resources management, I will use the angle of functions because I also believe that from the angle of function, it is more easier to understanding what is actually human resources management. So this is for the example. What is human resources management? Uh, According to me, yeah, human resources management is kind of activities that done by organizations to maximize their resources, especially human resources management, And the way to maximally the human resources that uh, exist in the organization is done by several activities that starting with human resources planning, followed by human resources procurement, then human resources development, and finally human resources evaluation. So there is the example of human resources management definitions by the angle of functions, according to me, yeah, according to me. So student, you also can make your own definitions of human resources management. You can use the angle of system, the first definition, right? Or you can make your own definition of human resources management by the second angle, the function angle. And also next, you also can make a definitions of human resources management by the angle of policy. Next discussion, yeah. Okay, simple, right, student? How to understanding human resources management. Okay, let's move into the third function. The third angle, yeah, the angle of policy. How how about the angle of policy? If we try to understanding human resources management from the angle of policy, the third angle. Okay, as you can see in the screen that in the term of policy definitions, human resources management is form of organizational policy that is intentionally designed to maximal integrations of all elements of the organization. It is about the organizational integration, yeah. And also it is build commitment of employee to the organizations, the principle of flexibility in the implementation of managerial and work function to avoid rigidity and achievement of quality both in the term of implementation process and the result. So, uh, from this angle, we can conclude that human resources management is a policy, right? It is a uh, legal decisions made by the organizations. So, from the third angle, from the angle of policy, yeah, human resources management can be defined as a policy or it is a legal decisions by the organization. So the organizations make a rule. They decided a rule and the rule that made by the organizations uh, can be stated into their document, and that document as a what regulations. It become a regulation that made by the organizations to manage their employee. So from this angle we can say that I don't know, it is like it is a rule made by the organizations. So if we try to understanding the human resources from this angle is, yeah, human resources management is an organization rule to maximize their resources, especially human resources that exist in that organization, right? So how to integration, how to manage, how to increase the commitment of the employees, how to make the flexibility, how to make the achievements of quality, it is ruled in organizations uh, document. So uh, I don't know. Maybe it is more suitable if we let's say the definition of human resources management by the angle policy, it could be as it is it is should be stated into uh, the above of all angle, because the first, I mean, uh, according to me, from the angle of policy, it is can be used as a basic rule to understanding what is actually human resources management. After we know, that human resources management is a kind of policy. So after that policy already made by the organizations, the organization need to make the system, the management system. And after the management system already done by that organization, so the system can be implemented. Yeah, okay, understand, Indra? So, uh, in my opinion, according to my knowledge, is uh, the first step to understanding human resources management is starting with the angle of policy, because an organization should make a policy first. Okay, yeah. So uh, the third angle, it should be understanding first, gitu ya. It should be understanding first, because uh, it is talking about the rule. It is talking about the policy. Nah, after the policy made by the organizations, that policy as a base to create of a management system. Okay, yeah. From the, as you know that management system is the first angle, right? The system angle. So uh, after the management system already created by the organization, it will be implemented. That is about the function angle. So basically, students, uh, maybe okay, yeah, maybe, yeah, it is better if I put the definition of human resources management. I should put into the first angle, yeah, uh, and then followed the second angle is system, from the angle of system, and then the last one it should be a functional angle. So you can more easier to understanding about human resources management. So once again, student, uh, we can conclude that it should be a definitive policy first from the organizations that talking about the human resources management. And then after the policy already made by the organization, they should make a system management. And then after the management system already created by the organizations, that system should be implemented. Okay, so it is about the human resources management definition, student. Uh, you have a choice which of the angle that you more uh, prefer to use, gitu ya. Prefer to use to make a definition of human resources management. If you like the angle of policy, you can make the definitions, your own definitions by the angle of policy. Or if you like or prefer use the angle of function? Yes, you can use your own definitions of human resources management by the angle of function. And if you like the angle of system, you also can make definitions of human resources management by the angle of system. So it is depend on you, gitu ya. It is depend on you which of the angle that you prefer to use. Okay, so it is very important, students, uh, that you should make your own definitions, or you should make your own meaning of human resources management, because if you can make your own definitions about human resources management, I believe that you will more understand what is human resources management. You can read many books, or you can read the books that I will share also to you, that there are many definitions of human resources management. You can choose one of the definitions, and you try to create by your own sentence, and try to understanding what is actually human resources management definition. And after you believe that you already understanding what is human resources management definitions, you can make your own definition. Yeah, please make your own definition of human resources management, because once again I believe that if you make your own definitions, after you read many books of human resources management definitions or concept, I believe you more understand about human resources management. So, students, for the first assignment to you, please discussing, or please write down what is your own definitions of human resources management in my class here. Please write down your own definitions of human resources management in my class in the part of assignment. Let's say it is about one sentence or two sentences maybe. You can make your own definitions of human resources management. You can use the angle of system, you can use the angle of function, or you can use the angle from policy. So it depends on you. It's free. Or you try to combine. Combine, I mean that you can use both of the angle. Maybe you can combine between the angle of function and system, or maybe you combine uh, by the angle of policy and the angle of system. Maybe it depends on you how to create the human resources management system after you read several books that talking about human resources management. Okay, student. So it is finished about how uh, how to understanding human resources management definition. So once again, it is consists three angle to understanding human resources management, and most of solar in this world like to use the angle of function, because it is more practical, and also it is more detail to explaining what is actually human resources management. Okay, then student, let's move into the second discussions. We will talking about the human resources goals. Human resources goal. So if we are talking about the human resources goal, as you can read in the screens, there are consists of four goals, yeah, uh, of human resources management. The first goal is about the organizational goals, and then the second goal is about the functional goals. The third goal is about the community goal, and then the last one is about the personal goal. Let's see one by one, student. uh, from the organizational goal, the first goal of human resources management. It is ensure that human resources management contribute to the organizational effectiveness. Okay. Uh, I already explained this before, yeah. If we are talking about the effectiveness, it is related with the organizational goal, organizational aims. So we can say that the organizational is effectively if the goal of organizationals is gained by the organizational. So from the example, student, from the example, if an organizational has a goal, for the example, what is the organizational goals? Okay, let's say it is about the okay, for the example, uh, the okay lah, the educational department in local government, yeah, it is like what we call as educational department for the example, yeah, educational department in local government, I mean. uh, this organization has one of the goal that they will reach in this year, maybe, yeah. One of the goals that they want to really to reach is about how to decrease the student who cannot school anymore. So one of the goal is how to decrease the person or the student that cannot school anymore. So if in the end of the year the educational department in local government can decrease the quantity of student that cannot school anymore, so they can reach their goal, right? So this is a simple example of the organizational effectiveness. So that goals can be reached or can be gained uh, if that organizational also has a good human resources, right? Because if the organization has a good human resources, so they can perform well, they can work in maximal capacity, and also hopefully one of the goals of that department can be reached in the end of the year. Okay, yeah. So once again, uh, from the organizational goals, the human resources management should be ensured to contribute to the organizational effectiveness. So the employee should we should manage the employee from the best management, because if we can manage the employee with good strategy, with good management, hopefully they can perform well, hopefully they work from their best capacity, and hopefully after we can manage by the good strategy of our human resources management, the organizational goals will also reach or gain by the organization. Okay, yeah, student. So it is the first goal, and then the second goal is about the functional goals. What is functional goals? It is about how to maintain contribution of bureau, department, or sections, or section of human resources to needs of the organization. So, uh, yeah, it is related with the explanation that I said before. Yeah. So, for the example, the educational department. So, if we can manage our uh, if we can manage our human resources by good strategy, so hopefully the bureau or the departments will also make contributions. Okay, yeah. That is for the second goal, I mean. And then Uh, third goal, student. Third goal is talking about the community goal. It can be understanding about the social responsibility of the organizations to fulfill, yeah, the needs and also challenges of our society. So, uh, it can be concluded that if we make human resources management, uh, the positive impact should not be only for our organization only. It is also should be make a good contributions, or is this should be make a good or positive impact into the external element, the external element from the example, society, yeah, that should be also get benefit from our uh, management of human resources management, the management of human resources. So for the example, we as a manager, if we uh, if we uh, wa- uh, if we succeed in human resources management, it should be our human resource, or our employee, they perform well, right? And then if we are talking about in the term of public organizations or in government office, one of the tasks or one of the jobs of our employee is to make a public service, right? So hopefully, if we succeed in human resources management, our employee perform well, so they can give a good public service to the society. It is one of the benefit from community goal. Okay, yeah, understanding, yeah. And also for the other example, uh, if we succeed in human resources management, uh, our employee perform well, and they also create a program, or they create many activities, and the activities implemented into society, so the society also will gain the benefit from our management. Okay, yeah, understanding, yeah. It is very simple to understanding that. Okay, then the last one. Yeah, it is about the personal goals. Yeah, if we are talking about the personal goal, it is very personal. The human resources management should help employee to achieve their personal goals to extend that they uh, they want in this organization. Yeah, for the example, yeah, it is logically if one of the personal goal is about the welfare of uh, the employee. It's logic. Uh, Most of employee, I'm sure, I believe that they have uh, they have the personal goal. One of the personal goal is about the welfare. Uh, if we are talking about the welfare, one of the indicator is the high income, yeah, the high income of the employee. I mean, it should be suitable with the needs of the employee, yeah, the income that received by the employee. And then it is also about the safety of the employee. We are talking about health insurance. We are talking about the safety in work, gitu ya. So there are many personal goals that I believe most of the employee they want to get that uh, personal goals. So we as a manager should make the human resources management give contributions to the personal goals of the employee. Okay, there is students. For goals for goals of human resources management. So simple, gitu ya, simple ya. Organizational goal, functional goal, community goal, and also personal goal. So this is uh, about the basic concept of human resources management. And then students, this is the last slide, but we will discuss this table into next meeting. So it is just preview, yeah. It is just preview for the next meeting that talking about four model of human resources management. There are four models of human resources management. That is traditional model, reform model, strategic model, and also outsourcing model. But uh, let's see. You try to read first in the book that I will share to you. Uh, Please learn and also uh, try to understanding four model of human resources management. We will discuss this topic uh, next weeks or next 2 weeks. Next week, yeah. We try discuss next week. So I will share the book that talking about four model of human resources management in public organization. Once again, please read the book. So next week you will easy to understand about human resources. For model of human resources management. Okay, student. Enough for the first topic to discuss, and yeah, as I mentioned before that this lecture is designed to you. Hopefully you will be a manager in the next future, yeah. If you already work, if you already join in governmental organizations, work in that organizations, uh, in the process, year in year, one day, hopefully you will be a manager. So after you already become a manager, you can implement it what you already studied in the semester. So it is very useful to you, student. This lecture is very useful to you after you already become a manager, because uh, it is very difficult to be a manager, because one of the tasks of the manager is how to manage the human resources. So yeah, hopefully you will not forget this lecture in the next future. So you still can understand how to manage human resources management. Okay, ya. Enough for today, students. The first topic, my uh, my consideration is for the first topic, all of the students understand what is actually human resources management, so they can make their own definition. Yeah, I believe you can make your own definition of human resources management. So let's write down in my class. Yeah, please, in the part of assignment, please write down in the my class, what is human resources management according to you? What is human recording? What is what is human resources management according to you, student? Use your own or sentences, yeah. Don't use the other solar sentences. Use your own sentences. You can once again you can use the angle of system. You can use the angle of what function, or you can use the angle of policy, or you can combine. Okay, finish, student. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.